Effects of structure and bonding. Different types of structure and bonding have different effects on the physical properties of substances, such as their melting and boiling points, electrical conductivity, and solubility. Ionic compounds are strong, and the strong electrostatic forces in ionic compounds keep the ions strongly together. They are brittle. Brittle का मतलब क्या होता है? That meaning ionic crystals can split apart easily. मतलब आप ये समझे एक toy है and you just throw it on the floor और वो tiny little pieces में क्या हो जाएगा? It would break. Brittle है. Ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points, and the strong electrostatic forces between the ions in the lattice act in all directions, keep them strongly together. Melting and boiling points increase with charge density of the ions due to the greater electrostatic attraction of charges. For example, हमने दो lattice के discuss किए, MgO and NaCl. Now, why does MgO has a higher melting point than NaCl? Because of the higher charge density. Both of the cations and anions have 2 plus 2 and minus 2, but in NaCl the charge density is less. यहाँ पे क्या है? Plus 1 and minus 1. Hence MgO has a higher melting point than NaCl. Ionic compounds are soluble in water as they can form ion dipole bonds. Ionic compounds only conduct electricity when in molten or in solution. When molten or in solution, the ions can freely move around and conduct electricity. In the solid state, they are in a fixed position and they are unable to move around. हमें पता है कि सिर्फ molten के अंदर they can conduct electricity, but when they are in a solid form, they cannot conduct electricity because free electrons are only present in the molten form. Metallic bonding और metallic structures की बात करें, what is their effect on the properties? Well, metallic structures are malleable. They can be turned into layers, sides और क्या sheets बना सकते हैं. When a force is applied, the metal layers can slide. Like I told you, the difference between a metal structure and an alloy structure. The attractive forces between the metal ions and electrons act in all directions. So when the layers slide, the metallic bonds are reformed. The lattice is not broken and it has also changed shape. Metallic lattices are strong and hard due to the strong attractive forces between the metal ions and the delocalized electrons. Metals have high melting and boiling points. Pure metals are insoluble. Metals can conduct electricity when in both solid and liquid state. Molten सिर्फ liquid और molten है, बस ionic है. As both in the solid and liquid state, there are mobile electrons which can freely move around and conduct electricity. So here you can see when a force is applied, layers can easily slide over each other in different directions, but not in an alloy. Alloy के अंदर the layers cannot slide over each other, hence they are more strong than metals. Covalent bonding का क्या effect होता है? Now, simple covalent lattices have low melting and boiling point. These compounds have weak molecular forces and only little energy is required to break the lattice. Hence, उनका जो melting point or boiling point होते हैं, they are also relatively lower than ionic and metallic. Most compounds are insoluble with water क्योंकि polar नहीं होते. Less they are polar and form hydrogen bonds. They do not conduct electricity in the solid or liquid state as there are no charged particles. Some simple covalent compounds do not conduct electricity in solution, but this is a reaction with the water that produces ions such as HCl और वो hydrogen और chlorine ions बना देता है. Only one covalent compound ऐसा है graphite. Graphite can conduct electricity. इसके अलावा कोई नहीं होगा. Giant covalent lattices have very high melting and boiling point. These compounds have a large number of covalent bonds linking the whole structure, and a lot of energy is required to break the lattice. The compounds can be hard or soft. Graphite is soft as the forces between the carbon layers are weak, and diamond and silicon oxide are hard, and it is difficult to break the 3D network of this strong covalent bond. जो 3D tetrahedral structure बनाते हैं, obviously it would require more energy to break. Most of those compounds, अगर giant की बात करें, they are insoluble with water. Most compounds do not conduct electricity, however, some do. Which of them do? Only graphite. Only graphite. Others cannot. Graphite has delocalized electrons क्योंकि मैंने उसको बताया carbon always forms 4 bonds. Graphite में कितने bonds form करता है? 3 between the carbon layers which move along the layers when voltage is applied. Diamond and silicon do not conduct electricity as all 4 outer electrons of every carbon atom bond covalent bonds, so there are no free moving electrons available. Here you can see ये आपको पूरी summary table दिया हुआ है, and this is a very important table of giant ionic, giant metallic, simple covalent, giant covalent और सबकी properties लिखी है, melting point, boiling point, electrical conductivity, solubility, hardness, physical state at room temperature, forces, particles, and most important example की आपको यहाँ पे दी. This is a very important table. It has to be memorized, and I would recommend that you should draw it on your register as well. Now we have a question over here. Bonding is structure. The table below shows the physical properties of substances X, Y, and Z. Look at this. इसका boiling point कितना है? ये दिया हुआ है. Electrical conductivity is also given, and the solubility is also given. Question is, which one of the following statements X and Y is completely? Statement one क्या है? X has a giant ionic structure, Y has a giant molecular structure, and Z is a metal. अच्छा. X is a metal, Y is a simple molecular, Z giant molecular है. Statement 3 क्या कहती है? X metal है, Y simple molecular है और Z जो है वो giant ionic है. Statement 4 says that X has a giant ionic structure, Y has a simple molecular and Z is a metal. तो correct answer क्या होगा? Statement number 4. Why? Statement number 4 में क्या था? X has a giant ionic structure. अगर आप X को देखें तो ये इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी कंडक्ट करता है, ये सॉल्युबल भी है, आयोनिक है, पोलर है और उसके मेल्टिंग पॉइंट भी काफी हाई है. Whereas Y has a simple molecular structure because it has a very low melting point, bad conductor of electricity and it's insoluble. तो ये simple molecular कौन सा होगा? Covalent. Also Z is a metal. Metals का सबसे high melting boiling point. यहाँ पे तो non metals होते ही नहीं है. They are good conductors and they are insoluble in water unless कोई इनमें से polar होगा. And this is the end of your chapter of chemical bonding.